Hello guys, thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for your support. This is really just for fun. Actually, I'm not feeling too well today, so we'll see how it goes. Not really expecting it to win. Yeah, I mean, I'm the top seed, but there are some strong players. I know Lik Zhang's playing. Lik Zhang is using his anonymous account, so yeah, there are gonna be some strong players. So I'll just see how it goes. Just gonna play my best and yeah, take it from there. Alright, let's go. Okay, we're playing a 1500. This hopefully won't be too hard. Alright. In the spirit of really all my open tournaments, I'm going to open with 1a3, e6, and of course well, b4 would be consistent, but then a5 is a bit annoying, so let's start with c4 first. Bishop c5, interesting. Allowing me to play d4 with tempo. My understanding is this is not very good. Okay, giving me a free bishop. Thank you very much. Don't think this game is going to last too long. Just a feeling. But that's alright. It's nice that you guys are taking it sort of easy on me. Because later on I'll have some difficult games. So I'm going to need all the help I can get. If queen f6, maybe even bishop h6 is possible. But then again, what's the use of that? I'll probably just take on f6 and play knight c3. That's probably going to be quite easy. Okay. I mean, it's just a piece, yeah? So, yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Just wondering whether he'll even find queen f6. Okay, he doesn't. That's even better. For all the players like us, we'll need all the help that we can get, so please, by all means, give us, all the help that you can give. Because it's not at all easy to win nowadays. They're very strong players, obviously, so we'll see. If you can get a few easy wins, save some energy, that would be great. I'll take on d8. Yeah, you can grab my rook, no worries. I'm gonna have mate on f6. Okay, that was pretty easy. Thank you very much for having mercy on us older players. And we'll see, are there any interesting games going on? There are players who are just not playing, like BTS is not here. Maybe he'll jump in a bit later, we'll see. The thing is that I have a feeling that some of these guys can even beat them just by having like 1 or 2 minutes. So the fact that, these players are taking their time is not really going to hurt their chances unless they lose on time. I see Lik Zhang is a whole lot of pieces up. He's going to win this game. Okay, anything special? I don't really see any special games. Well, we have Ritesh here. HD was here. Well, what's going on here? Bishop c4. And just a pawn blunder, and I guess he's going to convert this pretty easily. It's 2 pawns now, okay. Yeah, I mean just any move, queen c6, queen d7. 2 pawns are 2 pawns, that's the problem. It's too many pawns. In the meantime, I'm going to go back and see if there are any more interesting games. I don't really think there are, actually. Might have to go down on the list. I don't see any interesting games. Noik? Nope. Pretty much all the favorites have won their games. That's kind of expected. It's a fun event, yeah, so we're not expecting like top level play in these games. Yeah, Ritesh is just crushing. Queen c3 is gonna come. There's really nothing too interesting, is there? Everybody seems to be crushing. Seems like one play might not be showing up here. That's BTS. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see any interesting games. What's going on here? We've been stuck on this position for a long time. Well, this is Hesker. No idea who Hesker is. Let's see. Nope. No info, but it does say Pinning and friends, so Perhaps there's a bit of a hint right there. Maybe it's one of these Penang players. I don't know. Probably not Po Yutian. I expect his rating to be higher, but maybe someone like Lai Hongjun, if I had to give a guess, is possible. Or it could be Tan Junying as well. You never know. In any case, I think he's going to win. He's got a nice central pawn for this. No compensation. Yeah. Should be pretty easy, I would think. Let's see in the comments if there's any question. I'm your biggest fan, thank you, appreciate that. Can you have mercy on me? Well, if we play, obviously no, not intentionally at least, but it's possible that I do something really silly, because as I said, I'm not feeling too well today, so yeah, anything could happen really, but we'll see. Yeah, we will see, I guess. Yeah, I think Black's gonna win this quite easily, but I don't see any other interesting games. VTS is gonna flag, right? Yeah, it's gonna flag. There are so many games, right? 1,000 players. This is amazing. I feel like the winning score would have to be really big or something. We'd probably need something like, I don't know, 8 out of 9 or 8.5, maybe 8.5 to win this tournament. And my Blitz is not the best, so don't really have high hopes for this, but we'll see. We will see. Yeah, round 1, there are no real interesting games, that's the sad part. This is gonna be pretty straightforward conversion. And the problem is that White doesn't have time either, so even if you were to create some chances, Black's just gonna flag. There's not much else to do actually. B3 just A5, A4, looks very nice. Looks very nice. Okay. Just seeing if there's anything else. Is that an upset coming up? No, it's not. It's not. There's no way to do this. You need a king on f4, then you can play king g3, but this is not going to work. This is just a draw. So actually, some players are not able to win. Now you should never play king f3 because h1 queen. Okay, and yeah, that's a draw then. King takes rook, and we have a draw. Just a quick note, you can't really... I think it's quite instructive to point out that actually the only reason this was a draw is because the king was sort of on the wrong square. If the king was on f4, you could play king g3. So we were just one square away. And actually now king f3 doesn't work because you can queen, king g3, and now very important move, just queen h7. Yeah, and the rook check has been stopped, and black actually wins. So that's why white had to take a draw there. Which, I mean, I don't think he's complaining. He probably gained a lot of rating from that game. See if there's anything else. Everybody's just so much material up, it's not even close. At least this one is close, but the problem is that white's going to get flagged, it's too slow. I feel like that's the thing about these tournaments. Yeah, sometimes the low rated player can put up some resistance, but then they don't have enough time, so you just flag them. So I expect the first few rounds should be quite uneventful. Maybe the first 2 or 3 rounds. And then we'll get some tough games. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, white is doing fine, but it's too slow. He needs to just go something like a3 or rook e7. It's just an equal endgame, but now he's going to get flagged. Which is pretty sad. And that's why I actually don't like these games without any increment, like 5+0. Much rather something like 3+2 or even a 3+1 time control, because at least it's much harder to flag. Well, now actually rook d1 is possible, yeah? Okay, plays rook d6. It's also possible. Check king f8, I guess. King g7 is also possible. Now rook d1 ideas are coming up. And just take the knight, and we win. Okay. So... Not many close fights, unfortunately. Some players are taking longer to convert than I expected, but most of it is not close at all. So that's actually pretty close. Okay, there's a threat. Okay. Yup, it's not been stopped. You can just take on d4, take on e8. That would have worked. Okay, white's definitely pressing here. b4 was possible there, but okay, this is maybe even better. Well, you've got to go queen a7, no other choice. Now you gotta check and like primo queen b2 or something. You gotta play faster. Or queen c3 was possible, maybe. Okay, but now the pawns just come. It's just c5 and... Oh, queen b8 though. He misses it. Queen takes d4 and it's over. Okay. And c6 and it's over. Okay, our queen trade's also just as good. And that's game over. So we've got a first upset here. Okay. I have a feeling a lot of people are using anonymous accounts. So they are creating new accounts just to play. Because, yeah, they don't want others to know their openings or something like that. So I reckon there are a lot of anonymous accounts. And that's why you can see a lot of these new accounts scoring upsets. Because they're not actually new players. But they're more like, yeah, they're more like experienced players. Maybe, 1900s who created new accounts to play this. Generally, when I play these tournaments, I'll use an anonymous account, except that I'm streaming, and that's why I'm not doing that. Okay, next round should be ready right now. Alright, we're playing Oi Sin Yi. Okay, e4. What should we play? g6 maybe. d4, bishop g7. Just normal chess. Normal chess. Knight f3. d6. Knight c3. What was the line here? I believe it was a6, right? And going for b5. That's generally how they play these things. Bishop c4. Okay, so b5. If you take king f7, knight g5 doesn't work because e6 is protected. So I can go b5. If bishop d5, I'll just play c6, no problem. Bishop b3, I'll go bishop b7. Or, wait, have I blundered? Oh my god. Okay, was there bishop f7, knight g5? Maybe there was. Did I blunder there? I'm not sure. Maybe I got lucky in that game. Yeah, I always mess these things up when I don't know the theory. To be fair, it's easy to mess these things up when you don't know the theory. That's the whole point. That's why you should know the theory. Okay, you know what? Let's play e6. I'm not sure whether bishop f7 is an idea, but I don't want to find out. It's not something I want to find out in a nasty way. And also, I just want to play b4 and take the pawn. So, yeah. There's a rule that says don't go pawn grabbing, but there's also an exception to that. That is, if the pawn's a central pawn, then you absolutely should be going pawn grabbing, because the central pawn is very useful to control the center. So when we take this central pawn, it makes it very hard for white to control the center, and it makes it a bit easier for us to use the center ourselves in the future. Okay, queen e1. I'm thinking, should I just take on f3 and play knight e7? Let's do it. Let's take on f3 and let's play knight e7. White structure is destroyed. I could have taken d4 as well. What am I doing? Okay, I can still play knight c6. I actually missed queen takes b4. That's a funny thing. But I think I still have knight c6 and taking this guy back. So yeah, I probably played the right move, but maybe from the wrong reason. Obviously, the exchange of this b pawn for the d pawn is very favorable for us. Plays queen b7. I'm not sure what the threat is. Knight takes d4. I don't think there's a threat. So I'm going to just go ahead and grab the pawn. That's the way I play chess. I don't see the refutation. I'm just grabbing it. Show me what you got. Got to prove your compensation. And if you don't have any compensation, then I'm going to be very happy. Okay, she wants to play bishop takes a6. Makes sense. Makes sense. Maybe I'll just castle and bishop a6. Maybe I'll play something like knight d5. Then f3 starts to hang. Okay, You know what? That looks good. I'm going to just castle. Bishop a6. I'll be ready with knight d5. She could play c3. Plays rook d1. Maybe I just go d5. Force this bishop. No, but then c7 hangs. Not so simple. Maybe I can play something like queen b8, because obviously the trade would be very good for us. So maybe I'll just do that. I'll play queen b8 or something. Queen b8, bishop a6 maybe. No, bishop a6, queen b7. What am I talking about? So queen b8. That looks like a good move. Just saw someone's challenging me. Sorry, I'm not taking challenges during tournaments. And even outside of tournaments, generally I only take bullet challenges. Queen e4. Is that running into d5? Could well be, actually. Okay, show me what you got. I have a feeling it's not going to be very much. Queen e3. Well, I can take this guy because you can't take rook takes c4 because of knight f5. Yeah, she did it. Queen c3. Knight takes. Thank you for the free queen. Very generous. c3, it's just dropped back. I'm not gonna give her anything. Thank you for... Well, it's not the knight yet. She can still play b3, but it's terrible. Knight c5, queen c3, that's... Well, there's still rook c1. It's not over yet. Still, it's probably best. Rook c1, I'll just play something like queen e5 or something. I guess it's also good enough. Or queen f3, what am I talking about? Just queen f3. Okay, thank you for the knight. She's giving me a lot of pieces. Check. Gonna eat as many stuff as I can. Had a small dinner, so hungry for 3 pieces. Ooh, she's giving me a choice. It's I think this is actually better because the rook is stuck. Not to mention I want queen g5. Okay, she stops that, but doesn't save her rook, unfortunately. Okay, the rest should be pretty easy, I reckon. And that's mate. Okay, back to tournament. So 2 out of 2. So far, so good. See if there are any interesting games. I expect there will be some that are pretty interesting, but certainly not that one. It's just too much material. And not this one either. Let's see. Not that many interesting ones, I'm surprised. Most of them are pretty one-sided. My apologies, I'm not feeling too well today, as I may have mentioned earlier. Who do you think is the highest ultra player? I don't know. Probably someone that's very fast in the mouse. Who knows? Malaysian ultra highest rated player, no idea. I would say maybe Kevin Mohan. He's actually really fast. Yeah, maybe one of the best Blitz players in Malaysia now. Poyutian's obviously up there as well. It's very fast as well. But Poyutian is more of like a controlled kind of fast, rather than Kevin, which is like the crazy, just move as fast as you can, that kind of fast. So, could really be either. Yeah, depending on how you put it, it could be either one of them. As for the actual ratings now, well, I'm not sure. I don't even know what Poyutian's account is on Lichess, so I wouldn't know. Okay. Let's see if there are any more interesting games. I really don't see anything else. So if you have questions, just keep them coming in the chat. I'll do my best to answer them. No guarantees, but I'll try my best to answer every single question that is asked, if possible. Yeah, all the strong players seem to be crushing it. I have no idea who Sunway Chess Club is. If I'm not mistaken, it's who is it? It's one of those pretty strong players, I remember. So, yeah, probably 2000's not their accurate ratings. I see there are some guys like Ray Young, 2100. That's probably not his accurate rating either. Probably should be probably 23, 2400. We'll see. We'll see. There's still many rounds to go. I could well lose some of my rating, but my rating has been going downhill anyways, both on the board and online. Really, online ratings aren't a big deal. If I lose them, I lose them. It's only the over the board rating that's painful if you lose it. But these online ratings, they're just for fun. Okay, 2 more games. Hopefully it finishes quickly and can start the next round. Okay, very good. 3, 2, 1. Probably it will start to get a little bit tougher now, is my feeling. Oh, I'm playing at 800. That's unexpected. Okay, I'm gonna open e4. Maybe I should have done a3. You know what, I'll do it now. I'll do it now. What am I doing? Yeah, e4. I should be nice to these people. h3. Of course. What else? g6. Okay, let's play d4, finally. Queen h4. Threat is pretty obvious. Can defend against that. I'm gonna give these players a bit of a head start, but then I'm gonna start playing for reals. Don't want to have too much fun. There is money at stake. It's not much money, but there's still some money at stake, so should probably be taking this a bit more seriously than I usually would. Okay, bishop e2. I'm trying to trap this queen. I don't know whether I can, but I'm trying my best. The absolute best. If f takes e4, well, perhaps there's going to be some knight g5. Knight g5. Oh, there's also knight e5, I just realized. But knight e5, queen f5. So that, meh. Yeah, I don't want to allow that. So maybe knight g5. If queen h6, I reckon I have some nasty discovery. Maybe knight takes e6, then I have knight c7 take on a8, something like that. Queen h4, there's g3. Okay, let's go knight g5. Some chance it's going to take on g5, in which case I'm going to pre-move. And one quick tip about pre-moves. Generally speaking, you don't want to pre-move unless it's only a move that, you know, works if your opponent takes it. So it's like an automatic recapture. Especially not when you're streaming, because I know there are some stream snipers here going to try to catch me in a bad pre-move. Not to say I'm not going to make one. I'm probably going to make one, especially when I'm in time trouble. So, yeah. It wouldn't be pretty. But I'm hoping we don't get to that stage, because then it's gonna be a mess. Okay, I think knight takes e6 is the way to go, yeah. Knight takes e6. Threat is pretty obvious. And I'm saying to my opponent, deal with it. Well, g5 is probably only move. Actually, g5, bishop h5 might be even better. Okay, it's giving me the queen. This is probably best. And this is obviously totally winning. Just have to be a bit careful. I've learned from my 10 years of playing chess. Well, it's sort of 10 and a half now, but let's just say 10 years of playing chess. That's, yeah, it's never too late to mess up. So, yeah, I'm not going to give him any chances here. I'm going to play very safe, very solid. Yeah, okay, let's play knight d6, take this bishop. I mean, the bishop is pretty sad, but at the same time, it is helping us simplify and probably going to win us some material. So, I mean, material gains have to be prioritized, right? King d8, let's give it a check. Actually, we can pre-move this. He's not playing king e8, that's for sure. Give it a check here, maybe. King c8. Is there any way to win some material? Maybe I can play queen e5. Don't see how you defend that rook on h8 without like sacrificing all your pieces with something like knight f6. And it's pretty obvious why that's not a good move. Or maybe it is the best move because there's nothing else for black. Just had to make sure obviously I didn't get my queen pinned or anything. So we'll take it, check king f1. So I always say a queen is a queen, my friend. And this is a rook as well. That helps. Gonna pre-move king g2. Gonna play this. And I believe that rook is gone. Like, I'm gonna play rook c1 because you can take one some bit with the bishop, but then the rook on c6 is gonna hang, so yeah. It's gonna be mate actually. Queen c6 is pretty unstoppable. Okay. I think rook takes is faster. Okay, and that's mate. Alright, pretty easy. As one would expect when I'm playing someone quite a bit lower rated. I'm surprised I'm getting paired against this 800s. I would think I would get someone, you know, a little bit stronger because it's round 3. But I'm not complaining. I'm a bit tired now, so yeah, some easy games are most welcome, I have to say. There's a lot of guys on 3 out of 3. A lot of players got 800 rated opponents. And the players just keep coming in, they just keep joining. Okay, let's see if there are any interesting games actually. This one is interesting. Anonymous Tiger. Feels pretty balanced, but at the same time, okay, black's knights aren't the best. His knight on b6 really doesn't make a great impression. I'm thinking something like a4, a5 to kick this knight. And then if I can get that, then maybe I can come with the rook on d7. Yeah, maybe it's a bit optimistic. a4 running to rook d8. He plays rook d2. Yeah, that's possible as well. Rook d8, then you want rook d1. And if knight c4, then rook d7 is possible. So, you know, rook d7 now. It looks really good for white. Because if you have no time to take on b2, e7 is hanging. And after this knight moves, then we play rook takes b7, defending this pawn on b2. So white's actually going to end up nice pawn up. And it's not just a pawn, it's just that after that, black's pawns and the queens have all been really terribly weak. And now we're going to take on b7, obviously. Defending this pawn. If rook b8, just take it and just take and b3 is possible. That's by far the easiest, of course. And yeah, after knight moves, then we just like play some like rook d1 or something. You can play knight a3, maybe. Perhaps rook e1 is more accurate. Now you... Yeah, you should probably play v3, I was gonna say. Knight a3, and now we actually have a nice way to defend it with something like rook e2, I guess. Okay, he plays knight b6, so now I guess it should be pretty easy. Yeah, he brings his king. That makes sense. c4. That's a good try. I have to try these things, otherwise you're gonna be in trouble. Is this that good? C takes? Well, then cb is forced, right? Because if ab, then rook c8. Still really good for white, obviously. It's a nice majority on the queen side. Pretty active pieces. And there are also ideas like knight c6, which could come very soon. And that's why h6. So knight c6 now there's rook c8. There's no longer any back rank issues. Well, maybe we can play something like knight b5. Start to hit these guys. Yeah, it's pretty one-sided. Okay, like some knight move. Yeah, that's good enough. Sorry. Is there rook c2? Or is it necessary to allow this? Okay, there's still a check. King h7. That's too passive. I can't play like that and survive. Except that white's really low on time. You shouldn't play it so slow. If your opponent's a bit low on time, you want to put pressure. You want to give some practical pressure. So I think you should have came in on just like... He should have just came on with c2. Something like rook c2. But now, yeah, it feels like white is in control. And it's going to be very easy for white to make moves. So when your opponent has less time like this, under a minute, you want to make it such that his moves are hard. You don't want to give him any easy moves, because then it's just very easy for him to move quickly. You want to give him decisions, make him think, and before he knows it, he's got no time. But if you give him a lot of easy moves, what's going to happen is that exactly what's happening now. White is actually catching him on the clock, and black is going to be down on the clock, probably. And the pawns are just going very quickly. You can almost just win by hand. Well, just don't hang the knight. Yeah, rook c6, and then now the pawn just goes. b6, b7. It just wins. Knight d4, rook c8. That's game. Just rook c8, yeah. Yeah, that works as well. Takes b7, rook b6, even a5 or rook c8. Okay. Yeah. Knight c6, rook c6. Pawn queens. And here we see actually black's the one down on the clock, so this is hopeless. One last pre-move try, but it's not going to work, and black's going to lose this game. That's why you don't want to give your opponent too many easy moves, because before you know it, your opponent's going to be the one that's up on the clock. And, okay, see if there are any more games? There are 30 more games, okay. There's a lot of flagging going on. The knight's going to stop this pawn easily. Knight d4? Should have gone to d6, right? Oh, wait, the pawn's going this way. Am I right? I don't know why the bot shows from the black side. So this is... Obviously, black probably can't win this. But actually, he could have tried to sort of move his knight away, but there would have been some sort of dirty flag. And it's not really ethical, so did the normal thing and took the draw. Okay. That's a flag in a winning position. And queen b4 mate's gonna end the game here as well. Yeah, just mate in one. Okay. So we're gonna start now. Round 4. I think this should be where it gets more interesting. I'm expecting some like 16, 1700. Yeah, it does get more interesting. e4. Okay. What should we play? Let's play a Sicilian. Shouldn't be messing around against these guys. Bishop c4. e6. Of course. Knight f3. Let's play a6. Knight c3. Okay, let's hit the bishop. I love to hit the bishop. Bishop b7. I have a threat. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Probably should take queen takes d4. Yeah, that was forced because otherwise b4 is going to win material. Reason why I didn't go b4 right away was because knight a4 hits c5. Okay. I have a feeling this should be a pretty nice version for us, but why exactly? I'm not so sure. Could play something like knight c6, hit the queen. I'm gonna do it. See where the queen goes. To d3, interesting. I'm just gonna play something like rook c8. It's just a typical move in these lines. Maybe I could have played queen c7 as well. I feel like there should be a few ways for us to play this. I also can't spend too much time, otherwise I could get into some trouble. Knight f6, there's now e5. Maybe it's going for some sort of queenside castling. That's an interesting try. I shouldn't spend too much time. I should probably just move. But move what? I'm not so sure. Could play knight e7 and put this knight on g6. Because I don't think white is in a situation to put a knight on d6 anytime soon. I'm worried about some bishop d6 like this. Bishop b4 then a3 is possible. Didn't want to allow that, so maybe you just go knight e7, try to put a knight on g6. I don't think we are in white is in time to exploit this. I'd also like to kick this bishop if possible. I also don't think he can come to d6 yet. Wait, can he? I think he can. Okay, castles. That's not a move I was worried about. I'm gonna play knight g6. Bishop g3. Okay, I'm just going to develop bishop e7. Okay, I guess rook d1. Actually, it could be a bit unpleasant because I'm not sure how I'm supposed to deal with this pawn. If d6, he could just take it. It's not so simple. I shouldn't have allowed the bishop to c4. Probably. Yeah. Not sure what to do here. The castle we can just take, that's the problem. Maybe I could do something like this. This is actually a typical move in the Taimanov. I also should just move quickly, because if I spend too much time, I'm going to get into big trouble on the clock, and that's not what I want to get into trouble in. Considering my position's already a bit dodgy here. Should probably be speeding up a little bit. h3, that's fine. I'm going to kick this bishop again. He's probably going to have to go back to h2. And then what? No, still not sure, actually. Really still not sure. His play this whole game has been pretty smart. He's just playing normal moves and trying to play quickly. And okay. What should I do? I'm not sure what I should do. I can't see how to deal with this attack on this pawn. That's the worst part, really. Maybe what I have to do is just let it go somehow. I'm not sure how. I'm really not sure how. Maybe I can't think of a good move for me. This is terrible. Maybe I can actually do this. Maybe I can do this. I'm spending too much time. I'm gonna have to play like the win now. Takes knight b4. Probably should have seen that a bit earlier. Playing too slowly, man. I'm playing so slowly. Insanely slowly. This is a game without increment, by the way. And I'm playing this like it's a classical game or something. Probably not how we should be playing these games. I can't even think too long on any of my decisions now. Maybe queen d5 was better, maybe not. I had no time to think really. Is c4 an idea? I'm not sure. Just gonna castle. If it is, then it is then, I guess. I really cannot spend any more time. Bishop d3. Oh, that's unpleasant. Maybe I can do this though. It takes back. Okay, what do we do? Don't really have a good square for it. Maybe I can play bishop. No, bishop g5, f4. What am I doing? I'm wasting all my time on these decisions. I just need to go, okay? I'm just gonna play some... What am I supposed to do, actually? I'm not sure. I'm playing so slowly. This is amazing. Have I already blundered something? It's quite possible I have. I'm so slow. I feel like objectively I'm probably not in danger here. But I am very slow, so that's a bit of a concern to me. Definitely a concern to me. Whoa, really? That's brave. That's very brave. Could very well get into serious trouble for this. I'm not taking a draw, obviously. I'm gonna bank on my bullet flagging skills to take me through this thing, because we are very slow, I know. I also have 40 seconds. I'm not even sure how it defends against the threats. This is definitely not the way. He's gonna get mated now. Either this way or that way. That was too close. I shouldn't have made it so close, obviously. I was playing too slowly. Then, yeah. Actually, if he hadn't blundered everything, I could have easily got flagged, I think. But sometimes in chess you gotta get lucky, right? And this is probably one of these cases. Yeah, he's gonna try to check me. It's not gonna work, obviously. I'm just gonna hide on h5. You still even have pawn moves. It's not even like it's mate right there. Okay, yeah, it's mate. Okay, so no stalemate ideas. Easy win. Okay. Yeah, should not have been that close. But okay, I'll take a win. Win is a win. Yeah, it's hard to win games nowadays. There are loads of players with 4 out of 4. Roy Young is in trouble. Queen h6 is gonna lose. Queen takes h6 is going to lose. So we're gonna see a nice upset here. Queen takes f8. That's a free rook, and you can just pre-move queen c5. Black's got no time. Queen c5, bishop c4. That's over, over, over. White's taking his own sweet time. He's enjoying himself maybe a bit too much. Okay, queen takes c6, bishop d5. That's actually mate, yeah. Yeah, just bishop d5 is mate, yeah. Don't know what he's thinking about. Okay, now it's over. Now it's actually over. Queen b7. He's really taking his time, this guy. He's really trolling his opponent. Okay, and finally mate. If I was playing a stronger opponent, like a pretty strong opponent like that, I wouldn't do that, yeah? If you troll your opponent too much, you could get into trouble, so best not to do it. But then to each his own, right? Some people are born to troll. This one is exciting. There's 3 seconds. Check. King e6. Queen takes f7. Rook e7 mate. Rook e7. Ooh, that was exciting. I guess that's all the games, right? No, there's still 4 games. Some games took longer to start. Hesker is obviously winning. Queens and... Okay, queen takes h3. It's pretty fast, obviously. Okay. Anyone. Okay. So I expect game should be on soon. We've got a crazy game here. But white's too slow. It's gonna get flagged. It's too slow. You have to just try to pre-move. You have to just have to try to go and try to flag. But yeah, if you give up, you're never going to get anything in chess. Okay, the next round should be very hard. That's okay. I like to play some stronger opponents. Oh, I'm playing ACT Riyang. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's go. Should I start with e4 or what should I start with? Let's try b3, why not? See what he knows what to do against this. Is he a King's Indian guy? I don't know. He's thinking, that's good. Okay, plays e3. I'm gonna play e3. Like c6, bishop b5. That's the way I've been taught to play against these lines. Maybe I should play knight f3 first, actually, before bishop b5. So I'll wait for d5 first. But that's okay. It is okay. Got in to spend time, that's good. Now I'll play knight f3. a6, let's take. Let's play c4. Idea being that a5, I want to play knight c3. Anyway, so it's actually pretty fast, so we probably should not get too low on the clock. That's the plan, because I think this guy could flag me, potentially. So let's not give him that option at all. I'm just playing normal chess. d5, okay, I mean I can play something like d3 maybe. d6, okay, he's avoiding the move d5, perhaps correctly. I'm gonna play queen e2. He's gonna move. Probably gonna play e5, I guess. So I don't see his idea otherwise. Maybe there's something to be said for d4 there. Could also just play slowly with something like h3. I don't think he's in a position to play e4 at this moment. Queen c7. No, I think we should probably play d4. We have got pretty much all our improving moves in. Could have got rook d1 in, certainly, but I think this is more than good enough for us to start. What we're targeting is really this bishop on c8, which even though technically it is 2 bishops, but that's not not a very good bishop, is it? So that's what I'm going to try to play against. c5. Really? Okay. Knight c6. I can't really move this knight anywhere here. I can't really play rook e1 because you can take. So maybe c5 is a good move after all. Knight c2 and wants bishop b7. That's blatantly obvious. But knight f3 is probably an even worse square. So I'm going to go to c2. I have a plan of going to e3. Actually, he's going to play bishop b7, obviously. Yeah, this is some pretty decent play, I have to say. Okay. Guess we'll continue our plan. Play knight e3. Rook e8 makes sense. Yeah, it seems like a normal move. Not gonna be too fancy. When playing these kits, shouldn't be too fancy. Just play normal chess. By the way, just a bit of background on my opponent. Okay, he's gonna give it, but then he made his move. So save that for a bit later, maybe. So yeah, just a bit of background on my opponent. He's not actually someone I played before, but I've heard of him. He's some guy who only plays youth events, and he's very good at them. So we'll see. I guess this must be one of his few open tournaments that he actually plays in. So we'll see how he handles himself. When I play Rook fe1. Again, normal chess, absolutely. No reason to do anything too funny. Bishop c6. Okay, maybe it's time for me to go in. Not f5. I was actually hoping it would put something on c6 so that queen c6 is not possible. Takes on e1. He's probably going to play rook e8, trying to trade more pieces. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense to me. g6, really? That feels very weakening. Especially that knight is now hanging, actually. So, looking for a way to exploit that. Maybe there isn't. Maybe there isn't a way to exploit it right away. Which should be a bummer. If I just play something like queen g3, maybe he goes knight h5, yeah? Okay, but then I have queen g5 there. So I don't think that's an issue for me. So if I don't see an issue with move, I'm gonna play it. Also, it could be an unexpected move for him. So maybe the surprise effect is there. But I'm not sure it's like the best move or anything, but yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was gonna say maybe because he has queen d7, yeah? Okay. Maybe I don't have anything here. I'm gonna go back. Somehow it feels like, yeah, I could have played this a lot better. He's got bishop g7 as well. I'm gonna play rook d1. Some of his pieces are getting pretty active. This is not the plan. But in life, things don't always go according to plan, so have to be ready for all eventualities, really. I feel like some of my pieces aren't very well placed, but I don't see how I can improve them. I should probably not play too slowly. I'm actually going very slow. I'm not sure that's a good move at all, but I have to move, actually. If I go too slowly, I could get into time trouble. And we all know when you play these kits, you can't get into time trouble because then that is when you can actually flag in a winning position. And that is a very, very sad scenario. That's something I don't want to allow. Okay. What should we do? Just something simple. Really? Do I have knight d5 now? Queen e8, I can take. Maybe I have knight d5 now. Oh, that's a nice move. That's actually a pretty nice move. Okay, we've got a comfortable endgame. But now he's gonna move fast, I guess. And try to flag us. I expect some serious flagging attempts at this point. Oh no, I have a blunder? Perhaps not. Okay, I mean this should be a winning endgame in any case, but he's got no time. So that should help. Oh, and that's a free rook. Gonna make sure that's actually made. Okay. Well, that wasn't that easy. Yeah, he played pretty well. But fortunately, or more likely fortunately for me, experience prevailed at the very end. Okay. I see Lik Zhang and Sunway Chess Club. They are both on full points. Again, I still don't know who this Sunway Chess Club guy is. Okay, not the only one on 5 out of 5. It's pretty obvious. Okay, who am I playing? KCH. Who is KCH? No idea. E3. Funny. Very funny. Very funny guy. Knight f6. d4, d5. Knight f3, c5. So this is like some reversed Queen's Gambit decline. Bishop g4. Okay, it's this line, yeah? Let me take d4. E takes. E6. H3. Could also take actually. Should I though? Ah, let's do it, let's do it. I'm a bit worried that knight e5 could come in the future, so that was the reason why. H6. Going at it, chasing this guy right away. Bishop h4, okay. Enterprising chess here. I play rook c8. Can't be a bad move, as I can't spend too much time. So yeah, there's a dual purpose to that move. Huh. Maybe this makes sense. I'm willing to take a little bit more risk because I'm playing a lower rated opponent, and sometimes that's what you have to do. Bishop h5, interesting. And he's not worried about knight takes d4, queen takes d4, bishop e5. Why? Because of something like queen g4. Okay. Huh. So maybe it's right not to worry about that. Play king e7. My claim is that my king is safe in the center. I'm hoping that I'm not wrong in that respect. Because if I am, there could be consequences. I'm playing very optimistically, I know. Maybe a bit too optimistic in certain respects. Yeah, I'm not sure which g5 was the best. Okay, I'm trying to provoke some of his pieces forward. Oh wait, is that bishop f7 sacrifices? Wow. I don't think it works yet though. I'm gonna go g8. Don't think it works just yet. Okay. He believes me on that one, as he probably should. I'm gonna move my king out of danger zone. Bishop d5 was a threat, by the way, so had to stop that. Okay. Now I'm trying to bring pieces to the king's side to create some sort of attack. That's the plan. And I'm hoping white's own attack isn't fast enough. It's a bit of an optimistic claim, I know, but in chess, nobody ever got anywhere without just a little bit of optimism. After all, I've got a lot of pieces aimed at his king. A lot of them. Really a lot of them, actually. This could well be very strong. Not sure how it deals with the threat of knight h4. h5. Well, again, I'm not sure how that deals with my threat. Although, what is white's threat? I'm not sure what white's threat is, really. Maybe I can take a bit more time in my play, maybe. Just maybe. Maybe if I play knight h4, he would now jump with c4. Then knight f3, he'll take with the queen, or something like that. Something along those lines. So maybe I'll start with bishop f4. After all, he has no immediate way to attack me. And I have some threats already of my own. I feel like this position is quite hard to play for him. Objectively, I think I'm also a bit faster. Now he plays c4. Wow, optimistic. Okay, I'm gonna take this guy. That was the whole plan all along. Probably has to play queen d3. And then I have to think properly. My plan was to play knight f3. Knight f3. I mean, I don't think he has anywhere close to enough compensation there. So, I'm gonna go with my plan. Queen d1? Isn't this even worse? He's dead, right? He's actually completely fried now. Because his rooks are hanging as well. Queen d2, knight f3 is completely unplayable. I think he had to try queen d3, but I think that would still have been winning. Just knight takes f3, and I don't really see a good reply for him there. And that's why actually I was waiting with bishop f4, because I thought that just giving him some extra options couldn't really hurt my chances. I can take queen takes, right? Queen takes c1. I don't see any forcing moves. That looks like the most convincing. If queen takes, I might even insert knight takes f3. It's also possible. You can't take on f3 at all. So that should be more than good enough. And next move we're going to just grab the queen. G takes, I mean something like rook G5, I'm mating. Oh, I shouldn't do that because he might play rook E5. So instead, the move I'll play is this. Okay. Back to the tournament. Okay. 6 out of 6. So far, so good. Who is Kenny 9900? So Ling. Yeah. Not sure who that is. But there are a few guys in 6 out of 6. I guess also... is that Nelson? Is that Nelson Villanueva? Could be. No. Probably not, I would guess. Maybe Epic if he was playing. Lik Zhang's also on 6 out of 6. He's been winning all his games really easily. I think I'm going to play him at some point, although when exactly, I'm not so sure. There are only 3 more games left. So in any case, it's probably going to be a tight finish. Someone might need a perfect score to win this, because there are so many players. Even now, there are like 8 players of 6 out of 6. And next round, there will be probably, I guess, there will be definitely at least like 3, maybe 4 even. So we'll see. Now, I've already played some pretty strong players. Ritesh has lost 1 game. That's surprising. Okay. I mean, there's like 1 minute left. Maybe this is a good time for me to take a quick break. I'm gonna go to the toilet. We'll be just right back. Right, let's go. Oh, it's not started yet. Was anticlimactic. Okay, 4 more games. We'll see. Okay, next round. Let's go. Who are we playing? It's not refreshing for some reason. Oh, there we are. Join the game. Lollipop. No idea who that is. Let's go. E4. E5. Interesting line. Okay. I'm gonna play d4. What? Bishop f5? Is that a move? Okay, I've never seen bishop f5 before. This got me suspicious. What if I play queen h5? Maybe just g6. Okay, so queen h5, g6 protects everything along this diagonal. Okay, so maybe it's not that bad of a move. I'll just castle and we'll see where it goes. Bishop e7. I can play f3, but then knight d6 takes. That doesn't seem like much. Let's play c4. c6. Wait a second. Wait a second. Just 1 second. Let me take. Do I have queen b3 here? I'm wondering how I defends all the pawns. Maybe he just plays b6. But now I can play f3, yeah? And you're a bit stuck. I can also throw in bishop b5 check, but knight b7, that should be kind of fine for him, I think. So I'm going to start with queen b3. Hopefully I'm not blundering something very simple. Let's see how he deals with this. b6. Okay, that can't be right, surely. If I can go bishop b5, that would force something like the bishop d7. I could take bishop d7, knight c6. Actually, bishop b5 looks... No, bishop b5, king f8 is still possible, so I'm not winning stuff just yet. Can I play f3 instead? And if knight moves something like knight d6, now I play queen d5, bishop d3, and then maybe I just take back knight takes d3. Ask him how he continues. He can play knight d7 still. Bishop takes d3, I can take on a8. That probably doesn't achieve much though. Bishop b5, king f8. I'm going back to that line, but doesn't seem to promise much. So maybe the best is f3. That's the best we have. Knight d6, and then do you have anything better than queen takes d5? I don't see it. I can't move the bishop this way. I can't take on f5, he takes back. So I have to do this, right? Bishop takes d3. So queen a8, then he can play bishop f1. So probably I should take knight d7, seems forced. Okay, still not easy. Let's play bishop f4, threatening this knight. We don't want to give him time to castle. I think we should be technically winning here. I don't really see what he does against this, but then we are very low on time, so we might have to go fast. We're very, very slow. He's got double our time. I don't see a move for him. Maybe he has to play knight f6, but then queen c6 check. That's miserable. It's actually just miserable. Don't really see a great move for him. I think his position is miserable in any case, so that should be pretty good news for us. And bad news for him. What? This cannot be working. This cannot in a million years be working, right? Just rook e1. Literally all his pieces are pinned. I have like immediate game-winning threats right now. That can't be right, surely. I know what he wants to follow up with, but it seems impossible. It feels impossible. It just cannot be possible, right? It just can't be possible. It feels totally wrong. The good news is he's catching up on time now. This is very good. The more time he spends, the happier I actually become. The happier I actually become. Okay, but I still have to win this, so it's probably a good idea to keep focusing on the goal. She's probably getting increasingly close at this moment. But we need to stay very focused here. What is this? What is this? No, seriously, what is this? No, this is not the way you play, yeah? I think he had to play king f8, and I was looking at some lines like rook takes e7, king takes e7, knight c3. That looked like a big attack with rook e1 coming next. This, on the other hand, isn't even close. Bishop e7. He has to play something like knight d5. We just drop the bishop back. Well, here I can take, because e1 is protected. Thank you very much. Now I just have to make sure that I don't make a really bad pre-move. Don't think that's a bad one. Now it should be crushing. Knight e4. Push pawn. Bastard pawn must push it. Push it all the way. Okay, let's take that. G4. I'm not going to allow f5, obviously. Okay. Very good. 7 out of 7. Wow, there are actually 5 players on 7 out of 7. Not just 4. Okay. And there are still games going on, so there could well be more, actually. My tiebreak isn't very good, unfortunately, but what can you do? You can't really control these things. I think maybe it had something to do with me getting paired with all these 800s earlier. That usually doesn't help the tiebreak. But okay, I have a feeling that the winner of this tournament will there'll probably be like 2 players on perfect scores at the end. Question is, who will it be though? They might play either Lik Zhang or this guy, Sunway Chess Club, was completely winning, as we can see. Oh, so he's going to be on 7 out of 7 as well. My feeling is I'm going to play one of these guys. I don't know who exactly. It's going to be one of these guys. Sorry. This one is not close. And Nelson's going to be on 7 out of 7 as well. Don't know whether this is Nelson Villanueva. You can literally pre-move Queen v7. So yeah, the fact that it's 11 seconds here doesn't make a difference. Even if it had 0.11 seconds, wouldn't have helped. Okay, any more interesting games going on? You use engine, I imprison you. That's a creative name. And yeah, it's not doing so well, so we'll see if he does a Kromnik and accuses his opponent of cheating. Just joking, of course. I don't think there will be any such things happening. But yeah, it's quite clear Black is crushing. Oh, this is Ryan. Ryan from our previous tournament, who actually donated his prize back to our prize pool for the next tournament. So yeah, very generous gesture, I have to say, and many thanks to him. And yeah, my next tournament will be in May, probably. I couldn't really find a good date this year, which didn't involve clashing with something important. Oh no, he ended up losing. That's sad. Yeah, maybe I jinxed it for him because he was still winning earlier. That's sad, but that's Blitz. So what can you do? Again, I will openly say I'm not a big fan of Blitz without increment. I think it's good for me because I flag people more often than they actually flag me. But I still don't think it's a good thing for chess. I think there should be like a small increment, at least like 1 second or 2 seconds. For online games, I'd say 1 second is good because it still keeps the tension and it still keeps the excitement, for viewership, but you're not going to get flagged in a winning position. as happened just now. Okay, so you use engine is also on a... Just why are there so many people on a perfect score? This makes no sense. What is going on? Okay, let's see what I'm playing next round. Ecor, okay. Got a strong opponent. And I've got white again. Okay, I'll take that. What should I play? Let's go e4 again. d6, d4, knight f6. Yeah, just a normal modern defense. Nothing to see. c5. Interesting stuff. Can't remember what was the right move here. I think I was supposed to take here. And now, well, e5 is possible, knight g4. But then I'm not sure how to continue exactly. Maybe I'll just play some normal move, like maybe like this. I'll take with this one actually. Knight d7. Okay, that's moot. Let's play a4. Knight c6. Let's play h3. He's trying to play fast to put me under pressure, so we shouldn't play too slowly either. That's the strategy. Just not to go too slowly and keep the tension. As I said, that I'm starting to play slow, so should probably speed up. It's not so much about the quality of moves at this point, so yeah, maybe a bit of a questionable move right there that I just made, but that's okay. Can afford to make a few of those, I reckon, because I don't want to run low on the clock. So some small sacrifices have to be made. Knight b6. It's clearly targeting that pawn. I should probably take. Okay, what should I do? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do actually. I'm just gonna go. I can't. Oh, he has to take e1 first, right? If he takes e1, I can't take e7 because king f8, and that would be disaster. So I have to take back on e1. I'm not exactly losing this pawn on b2 for free because I am counter-attacking this pawn on c5. So that's why he plays b6. Now my plan was to play c3, but then maybe bishop b7 I could get into some trouble. So maybe what I should do instead is play b3 and try to go for c4. That should stop his ideas. h6. Okay. Play knight d2. Probably not the best move, but idea should be pretty obvious. This is the idea after this. Wait a second. Can I do this? Bishop c3. Makes sense. Actually, does my rook have a good square? Not sure. Rook e2, bishop a6 is his idea. Perhaps my rook doesn't have a good square after all. Wow. This is quite nice, actually. If I play rook d1, it goes king e7. Everything just defends itself so nicely. If I play my rook anywhere else, though, there'll be some sort of nasty white bishop move. Let's just do it. I don't want a draw. I don't think a draw is going to get me anything in this tournament, so we got to try for a win, even at some cost. I'm not sure whether he's calculated this correctly or whether I have or not, but I'm not too concerned with that at this point. It's gonna have to move, is all. I really have to move, actually. I'm slow. He's trying to go for his next strategy, which is now to flag me. Makes perfect sense. I am slow. I acknowledge that. Maybe that wasn't the best move, d6. My position is great, but somehow is getting some flagging chances, some serious ones as well. Say knight d5. I'm gonna chase this bishop away. Wait a minute, what am I doing? No, seriously, what am I doing? I'm actually messing this up quite badly. What am I doing? Okay, might have to. Okay, this is not good, but what can you do? At least I've got a strong knight on d5. That should help. I'm gonna offer a draw. He doesn't want a draw, interesting. Maybe he should have taken it, actually. Maybe now I can try to press a little bit. Wait, what am I doing? What am I doing? Yeah, I may mess this up a little bit, but that's okay. I think my position is still pretty safe. Oh, you know, nothing too bad has happened yet. Just trying to move around, see how much I can really get from this. Perhaps I won't get very much. But that's alright. It's gonna move in. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What am I doing? What am I doing? He's almost mating me. Okay, he's not. My king is just about escaping. Have I overdone myself now? Oh shit, it's threatening mate in one. This is a disaster. This is actually a disaster. Don't know what to do. Got literally no moves, that's the problem. That was a very bad move, but what can you do? I don't have any moves. I'm getting totally wrecked here. This is not the plan. This is such a disaster. That's the problem, yeah. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this, of course. It's not even close. This is very sad. How have I literally lost this? This is such an infuriating thing. This is so infuriating. It isn't even close, that's the problem. Yeah, okay. Oh, so infuriating. I was totally winning. Yeah, I'm not gonna win anything in this tournament, but what can you do? Sometimes just not your game, your tournament, yeah? Just not your tournament. So frustrating. Oh, I'm so tilted. Yeah, I mean, I can't win anymore, but we're gonna try to finish this on a high note with a win. I'm just gonna for the Dutch. I don't even play the Dutch, but when you're tilted, you go for whatever you wanna go. That's my approach to chess, really. Yeah. Okay, I mean, we have a decent position. We can work with this. We can work with this. White's also pretty solid, obviously. But we can work with this. I've said that so many times. I'm still tilted from that game. Yeah, but I knew a draw was probably not going to get me anywhere. That's the problem. So I had to play for a win in a position where maybe I didn't have any right to, and that sort of cost me. What can you do? It's not... Yeah, it's not ideal, but what can you do? Okay, Queen G5. He just wants to trade everything, this guy. What should we do? Should we do against these guys? Should I let him trade? If we don't trade, does it make any sense? So I mean, it makes some sense, yeah. Obviously, his queen is a bit misplaced on G5. So it does make some sense for us not to trade the queens, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to trade it. Knight D2, interesting. So, I can play E5. Bishop C4 is met by D5 always. I'm going to do it. Bishop F3. I mean, I can play E4, yeah? I don't have to trade that. Let's do it. Bishop G4. Let's hit it. So tilting. Chess is just such a tilting game sometimes. You can have a good tournament and then just blow it all in one game. That's the sad part about being a chess player. But it's something that you have to accept. Sometimes. What can you do? Yeah. I mean, Queen G6 is possible, Bishop H3. I can take A2. I'm a greedy guy, so I'm seriously thinking of taking this. I don't see anything wrong, I'm gonna do it. He can play Bishop B2, I'll take B2. Okay, he plays Bishop D1, same idea, wants to play Bishop B3. And again, I don't believe him, I'm literally gonna just take this pawn. When I don't believe my opponent, I just literally take all his material. It can also happen when I'm very tilted that I just, go crazy. But I don't think I'm imagining things here. It looks like it's just 2 or 3 pawns for nothing, which is a good thing, of course. The more pawns you give me, the happier I become. And right now, I'm pretty damn happy. I have to say. I know I'm not winning a prize here, but whatever. We'll just try to finish it off on a nice note. I guess d5. Wait, d5 knight takes e4. Let's not blunder stuff, okay? Let's not blunder stuff. No, d5 knight takes e4 is not possible. b3 hangs. So d5 rook d1. Then I can take on c3 quite happily. And there's something to be said of king h8 as well. I'm going to play d5. I don't want to spend too much time on like a simple decision. It's a blitz game after all. Not a philosophy work, yeah. Okay, he's gone for this knight takes e4. I think the simplest is just to take back. And if he takes rook takes e4, I'll take b3. That's probably just the simplest. I could also just take on e4 first. That seems actually better. You can't take on d5 because I'll take back the bishop. Now I'll take b3, of course. That's just one check, I believe. I should put our king. Let's put it here. You can play queen e7. I guess probably any move is good at this point. Even this. Let's just play it. Queen takes out bishop a6. That should be conclusive. Yeah, bishop a6. Q1. I'd like to get my queen back if possible. Hence, this move to get my queen back. The only reason I'm not like just moving by hand is because my queen's a bit far away. So we get rid of that issue. We're pretty happy. We're gonna win easily. Now we bring our rook back into the game. Next will be the bishop, obviously. He's trying some desperate stuff. It's not going to work, of course. It never does. When your position is bad, there's no way that your tactics can work. Okay, Blitz rook d5. Not bad, not bad. Except I'm just gonna ignore it. Queen e3. Is there any threat? Well, it's rook e6 ideas, but I don't think I should be worried about them. I'll just play a4. Plays f5. Ah, he wants to play f6. Okay. So maybe I should be a little bit careful. Just a little bit. And I'll play queen d7. So that if he moves his rook, I'll be able to take this pawn. That's the plan. And if he plays g4, I reckon I can play rook e8. But then f6 though. Maybe I shouldn't play that rook e8. Give me that. Queen f1 is deadly. Just sad to lose just now. It's doing so well. But at the end of the day, chess is really a game of one move. Yeah? All it takes is just one bad move, or really a lot of bad decisions, and that's all she wrote, really. Yeah. No prizes for me. Oh, Haskell also lost one game, I'm surprised. Oh, that was a mouse slip in a winning position. Oh no, it was not. He was lost. Okay. So, yeah. And Lik Zhang is also not going to win any prizes. Those will be for the winners of these games, obviously. But let's check up Lik Zhang. Oh, is better. So pressing, I guess. Quite a bit better, actually. Will he win or not is the question. Yeah, I guess he will. But it's Blitz, you never know. Alright, I forgot there was no increment, so he's gonna win for sure, because he's gonna flag. The interesting thing is, my impression of Lik Zhang is not that he's a very fast player, but he seems to be up a lot of time in every single game. So maybe he's made a conscious effort to play a bit faster. That would be my guess. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Just knight takes d4, knight takes f5, game over. Okay, so Lik Zhang's gonna finish ahead of me, unfortunately. He's not gonna win a prize. I think probably what 3 of these guys are gonna, win, and then okay. Nelson is a little bit of trouble, I'd say. The typical idea is you put your bishop on b2. It's very important because on b2 you sort of stop c4, c3. But now I think this is lost because you can play c4 and bring the king to b3. The reason why you had to put the bishop on b2 is because the king cannot come around to b3 because the pawn on d4 hangs. So you had to leave your what? Bishop takes c3. What is this? That's so sloppy. Now he's gonna get the draw. That is just so sloppy. Yeah. And just take it. There's no choice but to take it. And he's gonna get the draw. This is pretty amazing. So actually Lik Zhang might end up with a prize. This is pretty amazing, no? Yeah, he's gonna end up with a prize. Ekor. Yeah, I wouldn't have got a prize anyways because my tiebreak was too bad. But yeah, Ekor is probably gonna win this. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna have a champion here. Yeah, king f. Yeah, it's just too easy. Just b6. The f pawn's nowhere near. Wait, is it fast enough? King takes b6. It's a draw now. That's amazing. That's actually amazing. And yeah, it's gonna be a draw now. There's gonna be flagging, my goodness. Seriously, you're gonna flag like rook versus rook. This is amazing. This is incredible. I can't believe that first place is gonna be decided by someone flagging rook versus rook. This is so unethical, come on. Also, Echo is pretty slow, but wow, Echo's playing for the win. Wow, this is so funny. Oh, and it's a draw now. Okay. Alright, so let's see. The final leaderboard should be up right now. Oh, so Lik Zhang's got 3rd. Very nice. Yeah, I wouldn't have got I couldn't have got a prize. My tiebreak's the worst, literally. Just look at it. It's the worst. But yeah, what can you do? Such is life. And yeah, hopefully my next stream will be more fortuitous to me. I mean, what can you do? Such is life, yeah. Okay. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to everyone for watching. Yeah, some people have been ahead of me. Some people have got very easy pairings, I'm surprised. Fortunately, I got some pretty... I had to play this Echo guy. It was unfortunate. He won. He's been winning a lot of his games, so what can you do? Sometimes you get the strong players, you can't do anything. That's life. Okay, what can you do? Bad game, just bad tournament. Maybe next tournament will be better. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a day at that note, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.